Good morning. Welcome to my campsite. I've been sitting here doing a lot of thinking, and I wanted to share a little moment from this morning that I think is, well, I've been thinking a lot about desire. And this moment from this morning, I think, is one of those moments when I think you can easily just kind of pass over this and just continue on your day. But I've been kind of digging into it and thinking a lot about it, and I think I wanted to share it as the main theme for today's video. And that was, I was getting ready, like brushing my teeth, and I had this vision or this feeling of, as you can see here, I am in a forest. I am far from civilization. I'm not that far, but I had this vision of, I think it was the moment of like sitting down in a coffee shop, opening the laptop, the aroma of coffee, the, tasting the espresso, the texture from the espresso and the sparkling water, and the noise canceling ear headphones, and the like sound of the coffee machines, and I had this, what I felt like was this sense of desire that, you know I think it was like a, wouldn't it be nice to be working in a coffee shop this morning? And you know I think that put a smile on my face. It wasn't a like, man, I wish I were in a coffee shop, like, and not here. But I was doing some journaling this morning, and I wrote, isn't it weird how we always want what is in the future? I don't remember how exactly I phrased it, but it's like we always desire what we don't have right now in the present. And again, I think I want to make this distinction clear that this is not, for me, I feel like I'm fortunate to say this is not a situation where, I wish I weren't here. I think it is more of, I enjoy being right here in the present, but I'm still having desires for something different, you know? And as I've been thinking about this, I think it's not the job of desire to, I don't know what the word is, like acceptance or presence, to be present in this moment. I don't think it's the job of desire to do that for you. I think desire is, like, the purpose is motivation, is progression, is moving forward, is to get you somewhere else. And a big trailer. um, so I don't think it's the job of desire. So, like, I don't think it is necessarily bad that we have a desire for something to be different, because desire is what motivates you and moves you towards something else. you know? But this still begs this question of, or leaves this question open of, well, if we were to only listen to desire, we would always be looking towards the future and always be wanting something that we don't have. Like yesterday or this past week, I've been looking forward to, I think it's more of the past couple days. Past couple days, looking forward to being right here in the forest, surrounded by trees and sunlight and birds chirping and bees buzzing around me. But now that I'm here, and again, I want to make this distinction clear that it's not that I don't want to be here, but but I think just out of habit of the past, of more like this life that I've built, I've created an association where in the mornings I go to a coffee shop and I work and I focus. And I think just out of habit, that desire came back. And I'm glad that I had that feeling of desire and that it's not a feeling of, dread. But the question becomes, what do we place? What do we do when we've achieved a desire? Because your desire will want the next thing, right? And that's why I think journaling, meditation, and reflection fit that and help to bring you back to the present and realize that there's this quote, I think it's a little bit tangential, but from Alex Hormozy. I think he might have been quoting someone else, but he said something like, you have already achieved goals that you said would make you happy. And how I relate that to right now is like, I said I wanted to be in the forest, and now I'm in the forest. And so, how can I appreciate that and make that as meaningful as the desire for something new, or for maybe not new, but the next thing? I wanted to share one last thing, which was there have been a small handful of times in recent memory for me where I feel like I've finally, at the macro of my life, gotten somewhere and not wanted to be somewhere else. Like right now, I am looking forward, like it's not, right now what's on my mind a lot is Spain, because I leave for Spain in 5 days, 4 days, something like that. And so, Spain is like this big block in my mind of, well, it's not that I don't want to be here. It's not that it's that there's something else coming, you know? I don't feel like I can fully be present. Maybe that's true. Maybe. But I remember distinctly that when I flew to Bali last year, end of last year, I felt like I had finally achieved what I wanted to achieve. Like that was the destination for me. And so when I had finally made it to Bali, I felt like I had finally, like I didn't want to be anywhere else. Like I just wanted to be there. And that was such an interesting, distinct, different feeling of just living in the present, but like in the present day after day after day, and not wanting to be somewhere else. I have, uh, there's been a common theme of transition periods for me. And one of those transition periods was uh, spring of 2023, moving out of or selling my 4Runner and moving out of my storage unit in Denver and like cutting all my ties to Denver and to drive back east. And that was such a that was such a I want to say rough. It was it was just one of these periods when like I want something different. And I think I was in Denver for 2 months or 3 months. And I have not liked these periods where, you're in transition and it's like you're still here, but you want to be there. And those I've felt have been like on the worst end of the spectrum. And then there are moments when, like Bali or um, Kuala Lumpur too, and a little bit of van life here, where it's like these moments of I'm just here and I'm finally here and I don't want anything else. And I think in those moments, it's important to remember that or remember your desires and that you've achieved what you wanted to achieve. Because, I mean, it wasn't soon after that I started moving again. And then there was the next thing. And then there was, you know, I finally need to leave Southeast Asia, and then there's flying back to the US and all of those like new events that become things in my mind, allocating attention. So anyway, that's just what I'm thinking about this morning. Desire and the antidote to always moving, what we can do to capture and solidify moments of presence. And I think that's one of the reasons why I have gotten into and enjoyed capturing weekly life update blog post, highlight reel. This is what I did, these are some moments, these are some stories from this week, because it helps to solidify those moments of presence. See you tomorrow.